Okay, so I've been contemplating this crazy 500 book challenge that supposedly somebody named Criminali or created, and a bunch of people have jumped on the bad bandwagon. Now, I shared this with my husband. He's not even a bookish person, and he says, "That sounds devastating. Why would you do that?" Now, he is a complete supporter of Prometheus and I gleaning information from books. Hey, it could be worse. I could buy $500 shoes, right? And that would be stupid. I would much rather spend $500 on multiple books. Okay, so here's what I was planning to do anyway, and that was to go through my shelves and declutter them before January because I need to do a brand new inventory. I have unhauled more than 70 plus books in 2022. Okay, some of those books were books that I read, and some of those books I tried a chapter and got rid of. So let's look at this first. Yes, I'm being unsafe. I am on a twisty chair. Okay, so let's look at some of these books. I'm thinking I should probably try a chapter of these, but I'll probably like them. I'm not sure. This one, I've seen the movie, but have not read the book. So here are two books right here that I probably won't like. What is this? The Dead Lie Down. I should probably try that as well. I've started this. I am hating it. Okay. I started this. I know that. I should probably try a chapter in this and this. Because guess what? John dies in the end. Why read a book if we already know what happens? Stolen Crown. Ah! And what is this? I probably won't like that either. And 3 Junes and Shadowbrook. Okay. So in just one, and this. So in just one shelf, I have 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 books, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 9 books that I should probably try a chapter from, see if I'm even interested in reading any of these. If you've read any of these, let me know. See, this is probably chick lit. I don't read chick lit. I haven't read chick lit since the early part of the millennia, the early part of 2000s. I think I've started this and I wasn't enjoying it. That's why I have so many books that have bookmarks in them. I've started them, wasn't enjoying them. It wasn't grabbing me. I set it aside. Why do I have them? Okay, so I'm going to try these books. I'm going to try a chapter, see if I like them, and see whether or not they're going to make inventory or not. Hang on. Okay, so I've got these books here for the shelf purge. And I started The Myth of You and Me by Leah Stewart. Have you ever had a friendship, a childhood friendship, so deep that when you were separated, it felt like part of you was missing? So they have a breakup and it's all very sad. And as adults, they're not together. And I actually read more than one chapter. So I got to chapter 4, and I'm interested in seeing, 1, why did they stop being friends? And number 2, now that the older friend, the other friend has written to the other girl, is she going to show up to her wedding? Probably not, but after all these years, what is going on? Anyway, so this is good. I'll have to read it sooner rather than later. And can I just say how pleased I am that I have chosen 9 books from one shelf. Okay, so next book, Shadowbrook by Beverly Swirling, author of City of Dreams. I don't know that book. A novel of love, war, and the birth of America. So obviously you can see why I chose this. Historical fiction, the birth of America. Why have I not read this yet? So I'll be right back. Okay, this is going to be a negative, and it's basically because of all of a specific religion and self-flagellation, which is not scriptural, and apparently there's a lot of this particular religion in this book. So not that one. Okay, next one. 3 Junes by Julia Glass. Why does Julia Glass sound familiar? I'm going to try a chapter in this, see if I like it, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have started to read this one, The Pajama Girls of Lambert Square by Rosina Lippi, and I just don't care, honestly, about any of the characters. Zip, zilch, nada, goose eggs. I was interested in the vintage fountain pen stationery business that was going to be sold, but there's hardly any of that in here. Takes place in South Carolina. I just don't stinking care. Okay, Black Girl, White Girl by Joyce Carol Oates. Very privileged family who goes to college, and the girl that is at this privileged college, who may or may not be in a building that may or may not have been an ancestor, is living with a black student who is there on scholarship, and it's all very superficial and weird and not written very well. And again, I just don't stinking care. So I flipped through this because stress. But anyway, I'm going to just spoil it for you. Apparently her father killed the student, who was supposedly a lawyer for underprivileged people. He was arrested by the FBI and is in prison. Of course, it's all fictional. Whatever. I have another one in my car, I think, and another one on my breakfast table. So I have 3 more books that I need to try a chapter. So far, I am only keeping this one, so huge win. And then I will move on to another bookshelf purge. So far so good. Okay, it feels like going through 9 books is taking forever, and on top of all of the other garbage that's happening in life. I'm going to do a separate review about that because, man, do I need to rant. Okay, so anyway, The Dead Lie Down by Sophie Hannah starts out, this girl, her name is Ruth, and her boyfriend have to share a deep, dark secret. He confesses to a murder and names the girl, but Ruth knows that that girl is still alive. What? So this is a psychological suspense, which explains why I bought it to begin with. I am still interested in this. So far, there's no cussing, there's no sex, and I'm going to continue reading this. So that's 2 books. And John dies at the end, too much cussing. I am so disappointed with this book because let me read the flap to you. Stop! You should not have touched this book with your bare hands. No, don't put it down. It's too late. They're watching you. My name is David Wong. My best friend is John. Those names are fake. You might want to change yours. And then it goes on. And that's why I bought it. And maybe I would have liked it better when I bought it, but you know what? I'm not that reader anymore. I prefer authors that know how to write without cussing every other page or every page or whatever, because it's just not necessary. There's other stuff in here that I don't care to read about. So that one's leaving. Yes! I have 2 more books that I need to try a chapter on. The Stolen Crown, which I think I'll probably like this. It was a secret marriage, one that changed the fate of England forever. Okay. This book is dedicated to those who died in 1483. And then it has a list of characters. So I'm assuming I'll keep this one, but I'm still going to try a chapter. November 1st, 1483. And then the other one is Icy Sparks. And I'm assuming I'm not going to like this. Why? Because it's one of these picks. And I don't like the books she chooses. They're all inappropriate and they're all disturbingly depressing. Rural Kentucky. I have nothing nice to say about Kentucky right now. Nothing. And even less nice things to say about the representatives. Representative. Rural Kentucky in the 1950s is not an easy place to grow up. You know what? It's not an easy place to grow up or live right now either, stupid representatives. Okay, but I'm already getting on a rant and I need to do a different video. Okay, I'll be right back. I have finished. I have decided that I am not going to read this one. I'm going to pass it on to someone else. Apparently Icy Sparks have Tourette's syndrome and it happens after her 10th birthday. I read a little bit of it. I think I got to chapter 3, but I was skimming. I didn't care. It wasn't interesting, and superstition. It's very weird. Very weird. But this one, oh, I only got to page 2 and I went, I already know I'm keeping this book. So, yeah. Okay, so out of the 9 books, I will be keeping The Myth of You and Me, The Dead Lie Down, and The Stolen Crown. Now, we've got book 2, or shelf book Purge 2. Hang on. Zoom in, I guess right here. What?
Where?
Okay, well, I'm in clear, but the books aren't in clear.
Oh yeah, you can't do one or...
Okay, so I'll see if I like this one. And Virginia Woolf. I already know I don't like Virginia Woolf, so we might as well pull them off the shelf. I Capture the Castle. I know that there was a read-along. Was that last year or 2 years ago? I don't know. Anyways, I think I had it packed at the time. I have since unpacked it, missed the read-along. Oh well. And Rory's Secret. I've had this a long time. Oh, this is going to be a really big bookshelf purge. This was gifted to me by a neighbor in California. And even though I love books, I think it's essays. I don't like those. So I might get rid of it. Family Secrets. I think Scandalmonger. Isn't this about, I was going to say, I thought it was about Thomas Jefferson. I think this is part of his scandal mongering against other politicians, quite possibly John Adams, I'm not sure. Anyway, I've already done that one and I still haven't read it yet. Rebellion. Let's try this one. I have had this book for so long. Alice I Have Been by Melanie Benjamin. It's supposed to be the adult of Alice in Wonderland. So Alice as an adult, I think. This is my friend's book, and she had sent me a box, an entire box of books, and said, read them, have fun, I don't need them back. And I said, no, you're gonna want this one back. I'm pretty sure you're gonna want this one back. She's like, no, I'm not, just keep it. Because I think at this point I probably had it for more than a decade, huh? But this is I think it's a first edition, I don't know, but it's printed in 1948. So I have to read this and give it back to her. So this is not a try a chapter. Emily Post, you know what? I started this book and I was angry because the first 58 pages it's about her father. I don't care about her father. Unmarriageable. I know I'm saving that book for Jane Austen July, but I might. Jane Fairfax, The Eyre Affair, The Austen Escape. Yeah, why not? Let's just try a chapter, and if I don't like them, chuck them. Alrighty. These two books I have had forever. I don't even know how long. My brother has given these to me, and I know he's wondering why I haven't read them yet. What Einstein Told His Barber, More Scientific Answers to Everyday Questions. I think I've started this before and I couldn't get into it. Throwing books and don't mean to throw books. Oh, this one's going to be crazy, isn't it? Okay, this is a keeper. Now, you all probably know I don't like poetry, but a wonderful woman gave me this book, and so I'm keeping it. She has since passed away, but it's the only thing I have from her. Anyway, Infidel. I think I started this, and it was very hard reading because she is attacked, and yeah. Okay, this one, you know what, I just need to get rid of this. I've tried starting this twice and can't get into it. No Place to Hide. This has to be a winter book. I'm going to save this one because I have started it, and I think it's a type of book that you have to read in the winter time. Bird in Hand. I don't even know what this is about. I don't even know how long I have had it. And then I have 5 Beth Gutchian. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I've read one of her books. I know I liked it, which is why I went to Barnes & Noble and bought everything that they had on her. I am supposed to be buddy reading a book. We haven't chosen a book yet, and we haven't chosen a month. So next year sometime we'll buddy read. So I'm not going to try a chapter on these. I'm going to set these aside. And then, what is this even about? The Historian. I've had this book since it came out. Well, maybe not. Maybe I think I bought it just after it came out. Oh, it's about Dracula? I'm not going to be reading about blood-sucking demons. So I might as well just unhaul this. I'll try a chapter and see what happens. Okay, so bigger Purge than bookshelf 1, right? We've got, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 18, 20, 2, 4, 24 books. I think it's going to take me all week. Okay, I'll be back. Bye.